You know, as a black man, you're always under constant attack by a system placed on America and most of the world designed to keep you oppressed. It fills you with frustration and anger. You're always on constant guard, which can be very exhausting for some. And sometimes I have to say something about it, and I call it like I see it. I'm a suspicious person. I'm suspicious about everything, especially things that comes from Hollywood. I'm just going to get into it. Black Panther. This was a great movie, but of course I have my suspicions about this movie. A movie about black empowerment with almost all black cast funded with white money. But what's the real story behind the movie? All I know is that nothing is ever released without approval from the white committee, so I'm already suspicious off the bat. Don't think so? Why do you think so many YouTube channels are getting shut down? It goes against the agenda. You know, while I'm thinking about it, I should have said this with my other videos. You have permission to copy and share these videos as long as you do it for free. Now, Black Panther. I love this movie. I didn't go watch it because of the connection to black culture and black empowerment and all that jazz for why most blacks watched it in the first place. I watched it because it's the nerd in me. I love superhero action movies, and this movie didn't disappoint. It had all the elements: action, special effects, humor, and a great storyline. But there's a few things that doesn't sit right with me in this movie. First is Killmonger, the black revolutionary whose goal is to use the technology of Wakanda to fight white supremacy. But in order to do that, he has to take the throne of King T'Challa, the Black Panther, which is an oxymoron in itself. You want to stop white supremacy, but in order to do that, you must kill the Black Panther. Really? Why not just go to the king, who by the way is your cousin, and present your plan and see if he's willing to join you on your quest? That's what a smart revolutionary would do. If he says no, then you use your birthright to seize the throne. But he wants the throne first. Disunity in the black community. The second thing that didn't sit well with me was that the black revolutionary that's supposed to represent equality and peace is represented as an evil killer that infiltrated a peaceful system of black culture and convinced the people to fight amongst each other. I mentioned earlier that I watch all these superhero movies and all the heroes had this common enemy of the people that they had to battle to save the people. But this movie, the only enemy was the peaceful people themselves. This is that bullshit they put in the minds of young America. But we here cheering it on because it's a great movie with black people shown in a positive light. Or so you think. Another thing that didn't sit well is when Killmonger takes the throne and the first thing he orders is the destruction of the heart-shaped herb. Why would he do that? He broke a system that will only benefit his agenda. Then there's Kanye West with that slavery was a choice comment. At first it's gotten a lot of blacks in uproar, but more and more people on social media are siding with Kanye. And I mean Facebook and YouTubers with huge followings. I'm not sure if this was planned or it was just odd, perfect timing. This is just my opinion. But now it's putting in the minds of young blacks that a lot of things are a choice, specifically police brutality. What Kanye failed to realize, or maybe he does realize, which is why sometimes I think he's a clone after that meltdown, but what he failed to realize is before American slavery, there was African slavery by the Arabs that's been ongoing for over 1,000 years. Or King Leopold in the Congos that had over 1 million Africans murdered. Was that a choice? No. You know why? Because it was a system in place. Now Kanye's comment would have merit if you take out the system. What's the system? First, everyone would have to be on the same page. Then you would have to eliminate all the Uncle Toms, destroy the brainwashing of religion, have access to weapons of equal power, and mothers will have to accept the risk that they may lose their children, which would be the most difficult hurdle to jump. If you can accomplish all of those goals, then I would understand why it was a choice. I'm not sure what Kanye's intentions were about making that comment, but observing social media movements, I have an idea where it could possibly lead. The hints in my older video, Are We Being Primed? Childish Gambino. Another attempt on trying to make us think that this video is focused on black life. This video has everyone interpreting the symbolisms, and everyone has their own interpretation of this video. It all depends on the viewer, and the viewer creates their reality. Remember what I said earlier, nothing gets released without approval from the white committee. So what's the real message they're trying to show from a white perspective? To me, this video is directed at black people, black kids in particular. Why do I say this? Because the adults already know this is how America works. We don't have to be shown this. And white people really don't care because it doesn't affect them, but they still find it entertaining. This video purpose is not to bring awareness, it's reinforcement of indoctrination. It's witchcraft, designed to hide a secret war in plain sight and very few people see it. All the symbolism has a double meaning. While people watching this video over and over again trying to piece together the meaning of what they already know, they're only seeing what's in front of them, but not what it is saying to the subconscious. First of all, most of the lyric has nothing to do with the video. It starts off with a shirtless black man dancing in a strange and somewhat feminine manner. I'm not knocking Glover, I really like this dude, he's very talented. But really, if you saw a man dancing like this in a club with no shirt on, what would you really think?
Like, absolutely.
Oh, I just made
He said, oh, absolutely.
How do you keep your brain sharp?
I was making sure.
If you don't do it, like, seriously.
Your brain sharp.
And you're not homosexual.
Nah, I mean,
because people will be like, oh, he don't want to smash Janae Aiko, he's celibate, oh, he's gay.
I mean,
And he's from Atlanta?
maybe I am. Like, I don't know, but like, I haven't really tried.
Have you ever been,
I really haven't
attracted to a
Try
guy?
it.
Nah, I've never been attracted to a guy. There's definitely been dudes where I've been like, I know why girls like them.
True.
Like, it's just like, definitely, like, I definitely get why dudes.
He's handsome. Sweet.
Yeah, no, not even handsome, but I see how he deals with girls. Like, I feel how he does. Like, I understand, like, that.
So now he's feminized, he's no threat, which is why popping someone in the head is so shocking and also very unexpected for a music video. It's promoting black on black violence to the subconscious. There's no white threat in this whole video, so you know right there, this is not America. This is bullshit. But there are some whites in the end appear to be chasing Gambino, but there's also blacks too, and they're all out of focus. What I get out of this is everyone is a potential danger. Run all your life. They make it a point to show attention to the kids by the school uniforms. Even on Saturday Night Live, he makes sure the kids stay in focus. They also make sure to use kids of darker color. Then this scene where he shoots the choir. A lot of people relating this to the Charleston shooting. Wake up, the Charleston shooter did not use an AK-47. What I see out of this can mean two things. Either religion will cause your demise, or religion is dead. My suspicion was confirmed when the white horse appears later in the video. Most people saying it's the pale horse of the apocalypse, but if you look it up, there are 4 horses of the apocalypse: white, red, black, then pale. This one is white, which represents the coming of the Antichrist, which is saying that religion as we know it will die. They making sure to plant that seed of the Antichrist in everyone's mind. But there are things no one is questioning that sticks out to me in videos like this. I'm not sure what they mean, but I always ask these questions. First, why is this man barefoot? And why does he reappear at the end still with the bag over his head? Maybe this is a representation of the global black population owning only 0.5% of the world's wealth, and your life means nothing. That's why he shows back up with the bag still over his head, representing that we are blinded or unaware of what's really going on. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I call it like I see it. The cloth they use to carry the weapons, why are they red? I know red most of the time represents blood, but what if it means something else? Like maybe the red states? Notice none of the weapons are AR-15s. Think about that. This video is not about gun violence. It goes deeper than that. If you ask me, I think it's promoting gun violence in the black community. If I was from another country, I wouldn't want to come here after seeing this. And you wonder why white people shoot at black kids for asking for directions. And last, what's up with the chickens? They put them in there for a reason. Everyone in the world interpreting this video except the man that created it. You can't blame him. It keeps attention on it. As I always say, attention is the key. By the way, if you don't think attention creates reality, then why do you have to pay it? Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me know what you think about what I just talked about. Am I reading too much into it, or am I close to the mark? As always, thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing your time with me.